Hi guys, this is E from Sewing in Color coming to you with this big bow video. This piece of fabric I have here, it's like 66 by 136 centimeters. And here I am folding it in half. And you should press it really properly. And here I'm going to fold it again from the middle. Make sure the folded edge is to the top. And here you press again. And with the ruler and some chalk, I'm going to cut out the triangular section. You pin before you cut, just keep things down. Then after cutting out this triangle, I'm going to pin this material. You open it, unfold it, and you pin because you want to sew along all the edges of the material. But you leave an opening because then you have to turn this inside out. So you sew along the edge here, right along that vertical edge, and you do so on the other side. Just remember to leave about 6 or 7 centimeters opening in the middle. So now that it's all sewn, you want to clip these corners here. Clip there, the tip. And you do that for all 4 sides. The remaining three angles. And you do it on the other side. And here you see the opening where we're going to be pulling the fabric out of there. You go ahead and you turn it inside out. Turned inside out. Okay, then you want to go through and try to turn out the points as much as possible. So you have really nice points. Then when you're finished ironing this, because when you turn it out it's going to be very creased, so you iron, you want to close up the middle section with a needle and thread, double threaded needle. You pick up a little bit of material from the fold. Okay, and then you pull through, double threaded needle with a knot, of course, and then you go to the other side. You pick up a little bit of material only on the folded part, you don't want the needle to go through. You don't want thread to be seen on the right side of the material. You go again a little bit from the folded part here, one side, and then you alternate the other side, and you continue like this until it's closed. With this type of material and being checkered like this, I could have stitched it with a straight stitch, but if you want your work to be as neat as possible and for no stitching to be seen on the other side, you can do it this way. Now you finish closing up the opening, it's time to make the bow. So you make sure you know where the center is, and you fold accordingly as shown. So you fold both sides of the material to the center. Sometimes depending on the size of the bow, I sort of a measure, and usually like 13 or 14 centimeters. I try to make it as even as possible. So with a measuring tape, about maybe 14 centimeters on one side, 14 on the other. Okay, we're pretty even. And when you're sure about that, you want to start forming the bow. From the middle, you crease, you slowly crease, you go all the way up to the center. And it's all crunched up, like it's already looking at it like a bow. And now you want to really form it by arranging it properly. It takes time to sometimes arrange it the way you want. Maybe you want that turned to the middle, or maybe the other one turned outside. It's up to you. You continue, yes, playing around with it, getting it to be even. You want the bow to be really the same, almost the same size. And then when you're satisfied, what you do is you can take, this here is the strong thread. I've doubled it and knotted it. And all I'm going to do is just right to the middle, loop it over, loop it all around rather, and just go around and around about 3-4 times. So that it really holds the bow in place. This holds the bow in place. Here you make a knot, you tie it. But at the same time, it allows you the flexibility of arranging it. For example, if there's one part that's bigger than the other, it's easy to pull through. So it's not that tight. Okay, tight enough, but at the same time, you have the possibility of fixing it, the bow itself, fixing it properly. So it's all nice and even. Then you have the final piece. This is gonna go in the middle. This is gonna cover that strong thread, and you sew along the edge. When you sew along the edge, you turn it inside out, this tab inside out. When you turn it inside out, you take it to your ironing board and you iron this flat, making sure that the seam is in the middle. Turn it in a way that the seam is in the middle. Okay, like that, more or less. Now you want to ringe it around the bow. Make sure the seam side it's facing upwards. And you go around, you can pin it first. By the way, the resulting centimeters width of this tab would be about 6 centimeters. Okay, 6 centimeters. So there you go. Again, you pin and then you baste it so that everything's in place, because it's a pretty tight fit there. When you baste, you pin, you take it to your sewing machine and you sew right along there. And you do a little zigzag at the edge, like I've done. Now this, you turn it inside out so that we hide the seam. Hide rather the, not the seam, but the edges, the finished edges. And there you have your bow, the very big bow. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. This is Eve signing off now. Until the next video, have a nice day.